nice little living room setup. I've seen quite a few reviews out there for Klipsch speakers, specifically their series of the 5s, 7s, 9s that are currently out there. But I think still one of their best speakers around are the 6s. Everyone seems to have a good consensus in a decent sized room that the 7s are the current best sounding speaker they have out of that lineup. But this older setup, the Heritage line 6s specifically, they don't have an HDMI, but they have all the other connections you need for like hooking up a nice record player, optical from the TV, things like that. So it made sense back around the pandemic time frames when these guys went on sale. I picked up a set around $500 and something, brand new, and I didn't want to have to deal with in this room and another home theater type setup like I have in our fun family room with the kids' PlayStations and Xboxes and things like that all hooked up and where I'd watch my movies and all, and I want that theater type sound. But in here I wanted something nice and simple for the wife, and that went with the furniture setup we decided to go with, and with the Samsung picture frame TV she really liked, and I got her this nice Orbit record player to go along with this whole setup, just to kind of have this as a fun like music and light TV type of thing. Now these guys, they're the Heritage line, so they come with much nicer wood setup than a lot of typical speakers out there. The wood is done really well, the veneer. The build is super solid on these. The copper details, and we've added a couple copper things to go along with that, but none of the new line speakers compare in quality and looks like these do. They have a nice size to them. They fill up this very large living room. I have 19 and a half foot ceilings in here. It's over 1,000 square feet just in floor space. So it's a big room to fill, and luckily I have these guys separated pretty far for this viewing area setup. We sit on couches about, I'd say about another 7 feet from them. So, we're not that far. We don't have them super set apart. I don't have them angled a whole lot either. I wanted to make use of the imaging in these horn-loaded tweeters. The sound's spectacular in here, and I couldn't be happier with this setup. And frankly, I haven't seen any of their newer speakers come in to really make any better improvements on these other than an HDMI. Big deal. So these things do really well. We watch mostly like TV show type stuff in here when we are on the TV. A little bit of movies too. These stereos sound really well. Luckily, a friend of mine had upgraded a few times subwoofer stuff in his home theater stuff, and he hooked me up with a nice little SW310 Klipsch. I've loaded this guy in the corner. It's a 10-inch with about 400 watt bash amp and two 10-inch passive radiators on it. And this thing hits very well in the room for everything. To show you how massive this room is, actually. It fills this space very well. The sound is tremendous out of these. The imaging is great. I'm not an audiophile by any means, but I do like, I'm pretty good with sound stuff. They just really fill it up. So I'll give you a little bit of demo with some music. We like all kinds of different genres of music, and everything from Beastie Boys to Lumineers to Dave Matthews, all over the place really. But Metallica, everything has sounded very good on this setup. It does lean well to like a concert type feel in here. So let's see how some of this stuff does. Well, we do have handy little remote type stuff. You can pick your outputs and whatnot here, or you can just dial it in if you know, playing around with your record player.
You were listening to the dark side of the moon. I could barely round yon virgin, mother and child. The slave becomes the master. Yeah! The slave becomes the master. More and
Even fun movie stuff like Star Wars and this K-pop Demon Hunters really sound tremendous in here as well. Just all over the place. These guys seem to perform really well for a 2.1 stereo setup. I couldn't ask for better.